Listen here, girl. I know you think it's a game, but it is absolutely not. Okay, this is the energy supplement from Just Move Supplements. That's right. It's damn near all gone, girl, and that's because I had to get that energy up so I can complete the workout, so I can give y'all this body, this transformation, get into it. Okay, and I'm done working out now, so that's why we're moving on to the protein shake. Oh yes, it's already in there, girl. It's already made right here. This is the mixture of the banana pudding, the chocolate cake, and the buttercream cupcake. And you really want to be fancy, you can go ahead and add that blueberry muffin if that's what you want to do, girl. But for me, it's these three right here. Okay, you put that with some almond milk, you mix it all up, and honey, okay, your muscles have gained life, new energy, agility. Get into it, okay? Just Move Supplements. Thank you very much. Hold up, Chief. Okay, don't forget about that TLC NutriBurst to get that multivitamin probably, because we all need a little extra. And child, if you want that sea moss that go down smooth, don't come up rough, okay? Get into the TLC Nautica sea moss. Yes, get that from me. And child, if your stomach hurt and you need to move some things around so you can be free, okay, go ahead and get that ISOT down below in the description box. Get it all from me. Sorry, y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey girl, hey. What's up, y'all? Hey everybody, how y'all doing on this good Monday? Hi. Make sure y'all push that like button on the way in. Yes. Hi everybody. Girl, hold up. Let me listen. Hey girl. What's going on? Let me go ahead and put that up because that's what we're starting. Okay, so hi everybody. I'm giving everybody a second to come into the room. Okay, make sure y'all like the video on y'all way in. Okay, yes, I went out and had a drink yesterday after doing Dr. Heavenly's YouTube channel. It was a really good time. I'm so glad she asked me to come on. So if y'all haven't checked it out, y'all should check it out. Okay, so shout out to Dr. Heavenly for having me on. And I went out and had a drink with my friend after. So like, I need the liquid IV because I gotta get through the rest of this day. And tomorrow we will be doing boomerang. That's right, girl. We're gonna do now that we're grown boomerang. So many things to talk about. So many things to talk about. Okay. Yes. Listen, go to Liquid IV, type in BondyBlue for 25% off. Okay. That's what you do. BondyBlue, 25% off. Okay. Go ahead and do that. Do that. All right. Are y'all seeing and hearing me clearly? Well, I had no idea I watched it after this live. Okay, do that. Yeah, it happens. What else? Yeah. Oh, and I was super duper excited. You know, as we're waiting for more people to come into the room, child, I was super duper excited because Candy followed me on Instagram this weekend. I was excited. Y'all know I love Candy, so I was bucked up. Okay, I was bucked up about it. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna do Real Housewives after this. We're gonna do Black Ass Bravo after this because I've already made my notes for everything. Thank God I decided to make notes yesterday before talking to Heavenly. Cause child, if I had made notes, I wouldn't have remembered nothing that happened. I be needing to, I gotta make notes and shit to remember what be going on these shows sometimes. Child, what happened? Okay. But yes, you all. Yes, Candy posted me on Instagram and on Twitter. So I was like, yay. That's so super excited. Okay. So, okay. Are we ready? Are we ready? We're good. We're good. We're seeing me good. Okay. All right. We're good. All right. Family or fiance? Family or fiance? This was exactly what we thought it was gonna be. I'ma just jump off the curb and say it. This relationship is exactly what I thought it was going to be. So she's a social media content creator, Brandy. They also had us thinking that Brandy was like 20 years younger than this man. Like a 12-year age difference, it's not that much. 37 and 49 is not that much of an age difference as far as I am concerned. Now, if you're giving sugar baby vibes, maybe that's why. And that's what it was giving. It was giving that Akin is a financier. It's giving that Akin, is somebody that you was just, supposed to fool with every now and again. You give him a little new, you know what I'm saying? Y'all have a nice time. You get something, invested in, funded. Okay? But this is not the man that you married to be with, to have a family with. For a few reasons. First of all, he may not think he's white. To black people, Turkish people, listen, you're white, honey. You're white to us. To us, you are white. And then even in your conversation about how you come to this country and you're able to do certain things, yes, because you're able to blend in with the white people. Yes. That's how it works. That's how it works. That's why it's not just about nationality or ethnicity for that matter. It's about black and white when you come here, skin color. Okay. So unless there are large amount of dark Turkish people, let's not mince words. So your misunderstanding of the culture, first of all. Then he has an Italian restaurant down here, and I mean, he said Louisiana, but something tells me his Italian restaurant is somewhere here in New Orleans, and he just don't want to tell y'all where it is because he don't want y'all boycotting his restaurant. Once y'all find out he likes to call his employees the N-word. Okay, I feel like he was telling on himself. I feel like there were a few times he was definitely telling on himself about the situation. I also don't like the way he continued to call her a liar. It was unnecessary. Every time he was asked by her family about him saying the N-word, he called, I don't know who said that, but whoever said that is a liar. I don't know who said that, but whoever said that is a liar. Sir, yes, it was gaslighting. It was absolute gaslighting. And she sat there and took it for a minute. She also took him lying, saying that he never said that he wanted to have a child. She wants to have a child. She wants to have a baby. She's 37 years old. She wants to, have that experience. He already has an adult son who honestly seems to feel as if he doesn't want some younger sibling by some young girl either. So it just kind of felt like, girl, this is not going to mesh. This is not going to congeal. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to stick. Okay, y'all can be friends and all of that. You can act like he's not, racist. But see, I have a different understanding of racism because I personally feel like everybody's racist to their levels, but everybody to one extent or another, all people who are white in America, especially when they come here and they hear things about African American people, and the way they adopt, like they know, like everybody, like racism is happening all over the world. Colorism is happening all over the world, right? So you're not going to make me think that you don't understand what's going on over here and how you benefit in this system. You're not going to do that. Okay? So for me, it just kind of feels like, no, you absolutely are, in some degree, racist. Just because you can be around Black people. And yeah, I very much thought it was convenient that he brought his seemingly Black / biracial, probably gay friend. Also, I wondered, even though Brandy was living in Atlanta, where her family was from, because her sister sounded like she was from New Orleans to me. And I'm going to just keep it a buck. So yeah, when you tell me you are a restaurateur in New Orleans, or you're saying Louisiana, but I'm going to say New Orleans. It's an Italian restaurant. You're Turkish. You probably have a lot of Black people who work for you. Probably people that you can, not pay how you want to pay, and who you might be able to shoot the shit with and curse about things with and all of that. Maybe sing a rap lyric here or two. Okay, but for the most part, you still have a compartmentalization and a separation between yourself and Black people, regardless to whether you're dating this lady or working with them. And you can just tell, because it's what a lot of people do. It's what a lot of white people do. A lot of white people don't have buku Black friends. They're not like always around Black people. Like that don't really happen like that. Yes, people may mix in certain areas of the country, like there's a larger mix in friend groups, but for the most part, especially here in Louisiana and in Georgia, like it really do be feeling like how I used to feel at LSU. You know what I'm saying? Like you may know people, but you stick with the people who look like you because that's where you feel the safest. Even though as a woman, you may not be that safe. Sorry, okay? But it was like annoying to watch because yes, Tracy does this thing where I feel like she forces the woman to be accountable and ignores the toxicity that the man is displaying. And it's weird to me that she does this so often. And I wonder if it's a part of the contract at OWN for you to be misogynistic in a backhanded way. I wonder if that's a part of what you guys are doing over there at OWN, because it's really starting to feel like even in you guys trying to cater to Black women, even in you guys having all of this content about Black love in relationships between Black men and Black women, it is very male-centered. And a lot of times I notice an imbalance in what is being discussed and what is being called out, especially on Family or Fiance. I don't care what is going on. There is always a therapy session with Tracy where both people need to be held accountable for something. But for some reason, the dialogue with the woman is what we see. We only really see that. The man gets to just sit back and not really have his shit laid out on the table. She didn't discuss any of the shit that the lady said he lied about. Only thing she really wanted for Brandy to understand is that at the end of the day, he moved the goalpost. So now you know what it is. It doesn't matter what he said when y'all first got together. All that matters is that now he's saying he doesn't want kids. And I agree. I don't think they should be together. I don't think they're equally yoked. I think this was a fun relationship that was beneficial for both people, that they thought they could take to the next level. But I think he's narcissistic. I feel like he gaslit her. I feel like he lied a lot. And as soon as they brought up that N-word thing and he said fake news, I said, not responding to racism by quoting Donald Trump. Like, sir. None of it's adding. None of it's calculating. At dinner, she finally lost her shit on him and got tired of being called a liar in front of everyone. And then he was all apologetic and flipping it on her, saying that, no, I never disagreed with you. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. He was playing huge mind games. But do you know what was even more problematic to me? Nobody said that they shouldn't be together. It was Tracy saying to Brandy he doesn't want children. So you're going to have to decide whether having children is more important than being in a relationship with him, because this is where he is with it. That's the only reason why they broke up. Even her sister, who had an issue with him saying the N-word, was like, if y'all really love each other, y'all gonna figure it out. Y'all gonna work it out no matter what. And I feel like that is so toxic to continue to tell women that because y'all love each other, it has to work out. No, it don't. No, it don't. Let me make y'all understand something. You could love somebody all day. That does not mean that they are entitled to your partnership. It doesn't mean they're entitled to be a part of your life. It does not mean that you have to have reverence for their feelings in the decisions that you make in your life. It doesn't mean you have to be with them just because you love them. It doesn't mean the relationship is healthy just because y'all love each other. So when I heard her family still kind of, egging the relationship on, I was like, so we go through all of this, pointing out the racism, having him gaslight her, call her a liar, talk down to her. He was like, at one point when she was talking about having a baby and he said it's not a Coach bag or some shit like that, like basically referring to a baby as a designer bag, saying that she is a 37-year-old woman, doesn't understand the ramifications of deciding to have a baby. No, what you don't understand is that she's a Black woman, that all she recognizes is that you are financially capable. So for her, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter that you really don't want to be a father, that you won't be fully, involved. All she knows is that if you don't want to be with her anymore, she'll be able to be financially taken care of with that child. And for a lot of Black women, that's all they care about, because their other options are to be with people who are not financially capable of taking care of a child if the relationship doesn't work out. And as much as you may think you are not white, you are probably much like a lot of white men with money who take care of their kids and the women they have kids with regardless, because they have money. So that's what they do. They may attempt to control those women and children with the finances, but they're going to make sure you have. It's never going to be, I'm not going to say never, because y'all know they got men who ain't shit no matter what their race is. Okay. But, in general, as a Black woman, I think she perceives him as someone financially capable. So that's all that matters. But no, it matters if he actually wants to have a baby with you, bitch. Especially, no disrespect, but if he's if he's racist in any respect, if he's saying the N-word in any respect, you were really okay with moving forward with having a Black child with this man, knowing that he does not understand the racial ramifications of what he says and his attitude. So it is just annoying to me that you would ignore all of those negative things about him that are huge in the upbringing of a child. You would ignore the racism. You would ignore the lying. You would ignore the narcissism, the gaslighting. Okay? You would ignore all of that so that you can have a baby with a man who you believe is financially capable of supporting you. And that's when I feel like I would and you could tell by the tone of her voice and the way she talked and what he found attractive about her. When he said she spoke well, like those types of things are buzzwords to me as it pertains to people trying to find a way to tell Black people, oh my God, you're not like the other ones. She speaks well. She's 37 years old. She's a 37-year-old Black woman. Why wouldn't she be able to speak well? I'm so confused. Do you know why? Because he has an image of Black people. He fetishized her. I think he liked how she made him feel. You know what I'm saying? Made him feel cool to be with her. You know what I'm saying? She got titties, hips, and ass and all that. So I'm sure he loved that too. But he also loved the way she conforms to the caucasity. Okay? But eventually they decide to break it up and not stay together and remain friends. And that's fine. Biracial people are not concerned. Black in a lot of cultures, Black need to really understand that, kind of mixed up what you were saying a little bit. But yeah, you should definitely care about how the person you have a child with feels about Black people, and not even just how they feel. Because see, listen, clear people love to say things like I'm not racist, but they have no real like understanding of what that means. Have you asked someone who is Black or otherwise if you are racist, or are you just assuming you're not because you may not want to kill Black people at all moments of the day? Like, or you may not dislike us or want to throw that N-word at us, or throw a stereotype at us when we make you upset. Like, just because you may not want to have those like negative interactions and you don't think you're caring and all of this shit, like, you have no idea how you move around in this world, because this world is made, you know, right now in this society for you to move through as you see fit. So you don't know that you're bumping into people. You don't know that you're taking up too much fucking space, because all of the spaces have been made for you. So you don't know that you push people out of the way. Like, you don't know that, you know, how rude you can be, how you take up, you know, like when I say take up space, I mean when we are out in the world, the way y'all walk on sidewalks, the way y'all drive, the way y'all walk close to us and act as if we're not there, the way y'all bump into us. Like, this is just natural physical shit that shows mentally you are unaware of someone if they are not white. You don't have reverence for them in a like compartment in your mind that spreads throughout everything else. There is a place in the back of your mind that says if the person is not white, whatever they have going on does not matter. You see what I'm saying? Okay. So yeah, I definitely feel like, you know, that's something you either have to counteract. But I think in a society that we live in, yes, most white people have that in the back of their head. Yes. And they have to do work to counteract it when they don't want to be like that. But no, I think absolutely everybody, base level, subconscious white people are racist. Yeah. And then they have to try not to be. They have to make efforts to see it when they're doing it or call it out, but they have to make an effort to not be that, because this is created for them to be that. Like, I don't know what to tell y'all about that. So yeah, you have to be careful about the people that you choose to have these, you know, relationships with and have children with, because then they're gonna like take on whatever hatred or weirdness that the you know Caucasian parent has towards Black people. That same feeling is going to be shown to the child in some respect, and then they will have issues with how they see themselves and their own identity. Like, y'all gotta think about these things, okay? But yeah, girl, she just wanted a man with money. That's all she really wanted. It seemed like that was sad. I see y'all in the comments talking about Tamar. I'm happy for Tamar. Tamar look happy. The guy looks nice. Okay. He you know, he didn't have a mean mug on his face. We don't know nothing about him, but you know, look, more power to our girl Tamar. We don't know if she with some acting like dude. She might be with a Mayetta like dude. Okay, you don't know. All right. Somebody asked me, Bonzi, oh my God, can you please put the people from Ready to Love up with their names like you did before? Thanks. And I was just like, no, I said I'm not doing that. I'm not doing all that for this show because I don't care that much. It's like, you know, get what I'm giving or don't watch it, because I low-key don't want to review it. It just makes sense to do them all together. But it hasn't been giving me anything. It hasn't really been giving me anything. So let's get into it. So Ready to Love, white party. We're having a white party this episode. Randall and Kayla go on a date. Y'all know who Kayla is, right? Kayla's the girl that's like on social media. Kayla has somewhat of a weird stink attitude on the show to me. I don't know if it's just me, but like whenever she's on camera, it is given, you know, it's given. I don't know, like, you know, like I don't know how you can give stank and pick me vibes at the same time, but it feels like that. Like when I'm watching her, it feels like she definitely wants to be liked by the men. And then at the same time, she will have this look on her face like, get this nigga away from me. So I don't know what's happening. Like, I don't know what's happening. But I'm like, okay, whatever. But Kayla has mad sexual energy with Randall. I feel like Randall has sexual energy with everybody that he goes on dates with. So I would have, I would just kind of be cautious about Randall, because Randall is one of those, I snuck up I snuck up. I'm a nice guy. I snuck up. I came out of nowhere. Him right here. Okay. Apparently they have a lot of things in common. We didn't hear any of those things because Ready to Love is edited horribly. We never really hear or get, much of an understanding a lot of the times about conversations, or they make us hear the same things over and over again, like with Samson. I've heard Samson talk about his, and I'm gonna tell y'all, Samson is starting to rub me the wrong way. I know, but he's starting to rub me the wrong way. We're gonna get to it, but it's giving. I'm trying to find a woman who I can financially depend on. It's like he's almost finding the roundabout way of doing what Justice is doing, which is telling all the women that I'm not going to spend any money on you unless I'm fucking you. So yeah, well, what else? We followed them to their cars. That was really weird. Like, I don't think we've ever seen them do that. I can see they're trying to like let us in a little bit more. Cause like that is like a real moment. If you go on a date, man walks you to your car, that last little moment before you get in your car is always like you don't get a hug, you don't get a kiss, like what is it gonna be? But that's a moment. So like it's cool that they showed us that. They had a hug, between the cars and stuff. And I was just like, all right. Come on, sexual chemistry. Okay, come on, rubbing my vagina against your stomach. All right. So Jamala, you 33? I'm 34. I needed to make sense. Jamala. Like, I'm not trying to shit on none of these women because I feel like every single one of these women is beautiful. Okay, Jamala is back here in the orange. Okay. If you don't watch the show, I don't know what to tell you. But I was like 33. 33. Girl, okay, I guess. Jamala goes out with Justice. I don't think anybody should be going out with Justice anymore. The conversations with him have always been surface level. Justice likes her sexual energy. Of course you do. Which means he likes her body. He says he is not the typical guy. He's not going to spend money until he knows that they're serious. Justice, that is typical. That is typical for a broke man. And a lot of y'all are dusty and broke. And that's what it sounds like. And the reason why I say that is because me and my motherfucking homegirl go to dinner and have drinks. And she, like last night when we went out, she paid for us the whole time. She didn't have to do that. She paid for us the whole time. I paid for her many a time. Okay? She's paid for me other times. So like the fact that that's my friend, we're just going out to have a good time. And we care about each other. So sometimes she pays, sometimes I pay. You do it because first of all, you shouldn't be going out if you don't have it. Second of all, because sometimes you just want to do something nice for the other person. It has nothing to do with anything else other than that's my friend. So if a man can't even do for me what my friend can do for me, my girlfriends can do for me, then why the fuck am I going on an uncomfortable date with a nigga that I really don't want to smash because he don't even want to pay for a motherfucking meal together? Any woman that's out here falling for what Justice got going on, girl, I don't know what's wrong. I don't know what's wrong with you, but they got men out here that will pay for a meal. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, this is why you can't be out here looking for men to have money. This is why you can't be out here like searching for a man to have money to take care of you. That's what I mean. Like, you should be looking for a man with money because you don't want a broke man. Like, don't nobody want a broke man. That's not attractive. I don't care what you're talking about. But what I mean is you should never be looking for these niggas to be financially in a place to take care of you because you don't want to ever have to be in a situation where a man is like basically holding his money or what he can do. Like, if I was a woman that was thirsty for a man and this man told me this, I would be like, okay, well, we don't have to go on a date, where we could just come over to my house, or I can go over to your house and we can just order pizza or something, and doesn't matter, I'll pay, and then we can do this. Who the fuck doing that, bitch? No. Justice can go straight to hell with all of that shit he talking. When I tell you, I feel like a man like that should not have anybody to date, because I think that you sound crazy, you sound selfish, you sound like you're trying desperately not to give a woman any expectation so that she won't expect anything out of you, while you're telling her that you expect her to be okay with you not making any effort. So, Justice, what do you do with your male friends when y'all go out? Do you have any male friends? What do you guys do? And you can have money, but if you're not going to pay for a meal with a woman, you don't need to go on a date with the woman. That's how I feel. He was aggressive in his delivery. I didn't like his funky attitude at all. And that's why I'm going on. Like, that's why I'm going in on him. Like, the dust. Like, get out of here with that. That's why a woman should always be in a situation of, nigga, I could pay for my own meal. I don't need to sit down with you and talk to you and have your dust get on me. What the fuck? Like, boy, going away from us with this. And this is what I be talking about. You. I swear. Just a fucking mess. A fucking mess. That should be, to me, it should be a requirement when you come on these shows as a man for you to not have a mindset, oh, I'm not paying for a meal. I need every nigga to come on this show and have the attitude of, if I'm taking a woman out on a date, I'm going to pay for the date. You don't have to pay for every date, but if you go on a date with a woman and you ask her out, and that's another reason. I feel like a lot of the men on this show, a lot of the complaints I'm hearing from all of the women is that they're not intentional. They don't make a real effort to talk to, engage with the women. And it's because you would have to call them and ask them to go out on dates. Y'all are lazy. Y'all are broke. And y'all don't want to court women because y'all feel like, oh, if I court her and she don't fuck me, then she didn't play me. When no, that's not what it is. It's called a dating process to see if y'all like each other so y'all can fuck. But all you want is the sex. You don't want anything more than that. So get off this show because you're not ready to love. You're ready to fuck, like I say all the time. Anyway, he's a king. That's what Justice said. Justice said he's a king and he's not chasing. And I wanted Justice to know you are not a king. You are an average man. You do not own an empire. You may own a business. You do not own several, like you don't own enough for you to feel like that. No man living in America, I feel like, should feel like that. Okay? Like, I'm sorry. Like, unless you actually have a kingdom in a country somewhere, cut it out. Cut it out. I don't care. I'm tired of hearing the word. I'm tired. I don't care because motherfuckers was calling y'all kings to up y'all self-esteem, and now it then blew y'all heads up to a space where you really could be out here not doing nothing king-like and calling yourself one. Burger King. Yes. Nigga, use a Burger King. Yes. Yes, absolutely. So you think kings was out here like, I'm not taking this woman out on a meal? No. Do you know who act like kings? Like when it comes to dating, niggas like Drake and them that be like flying these hoes, like Diddy and them. Like they're terrible dudes probably, but at least they're going to treat somebody the way they deserve to be treated when they take them out on a date. They gonna put all of the sugar on this shit. And that's because they have the money to do so. Which is why the king thing makes sense. I can rent out this whole fucking amphitheater and have a dinner with just me and you, bitch. Like, you can call yourself a king when you do shit like that. But you complaining about taking a girl out on a date and you're calling yourself a king? When do kings do broke shit? Let me know, because y'all really be out here being broke, calling yourselves kings. And to me, if you're arguing with a woman about taking her out on a date you don't want to pay for, you're broke. I don't care. I don't care how much is in your bank account. If that's the way you think about interactions with women you are trying to get into a relationship with, is that I should only have to do free things with you, and then when I fuck you, then I can maybe start spending money. Nigga, you're broke. You're broke. You can't afford to date. Get off the show. The white party starts off as a date party. Tommy and his wife, I think her name is Jacqueline, joined them. They come in on a boat. It was giving real excitable for no reason. Tommy says you have to pull out all the stops to make your lady feel special. And I said, see, that's why Justice don't need to be here, because he don't understand that. That's not in here. Okay, that's not in here or in here, which makes me feel like, Justice, please go to therapy and deal with your mommy issues, your aggression. Like, a lot of y'all men, y'all don't understand that you're already attempting in your relationship with women you haven't even met yet to punish them for something, and they don't even know you. Because to me, that's what his attitude feels like. My interactions with women are about punishing women because of how I see them, how I feel about them. So no, I'm a king. I'm not going to take you out on dates. You're not deserving, and you have to prove to me that you're deserving of me to spend my money on you. What? Boy, bye. Boy, bye. Hey, Cynthia. Thank you for the super sticker. What's going on? Girl, the Dusties. The Dusties are all over on. Jeez Louise. What else is going on? Randall and Jamala spent some time alone. He's more interested in her now. Okay. I'll wait, because like I said, they don't edit well, so I don't know how or why we got here. They play Jenga. Brandy dances on mic with Kadeem sitting right there. Yeah, it's a very weird. Thank you, Cynthia, for another super sticker, boo. Listen, I wish y'all knew how much I watch Cynthia. I am literally on all of Cynthia's videos listening to her curse people out and laugh. Well, not curse people out. It's like energetically cursing them out. Okay, it's an energetic curse out. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, no, and don't even get me started with fucking I'm addicted to boys being stuck in my head for no reason at all. I'm addicted to boys. Like, I'm questioning whether Justice might have that problem. Okay, just wanted to show support. I've been following you since before I got on here. Oh, that's crazy. Thank you. I appreciate that. I had no idea. Thank you. Showing so much love in the chat. Thank you. Yes, no, absolutely. Reading down. Okay. So, yeah, Brandy. We talked about it. I like Brandy, but it's giving thirsty. Like, anybody that likes Mike, I don't know what's wrong with you. Like, I'm gonna be real with y'all. Like, I don't know Mike like that, but based on what I'm seeing on this show, Beijing Beard is no, he needs to go. Sharice and Zoe talk. He's another one. Beijing Beard. Nope, cut it out. Needs to go. Because these men always show up to be very insecure in some respect in the way they handle women. And it's just how I feel. So Sharice and Zoe talk. He tells her that he has a girl that he had dated for 7 years. She wanted to be married, so he bought her a ring. Somebody was just talking about this. Buying a ring and getting engaged because it's what she wanted and not what he wanted. So it's like, why would you do that? I think it was talking about how, like, you cheat on these women, you dog them out, and then you give them a ring. It was no, you know who it was? Erica. It was Erica De Niro. She was just talking about this. Okay. You got me through a lot of work days. You're actually the first person I subscribed to you and Rocks. Oh my God. That's crazy. Thank you. That's crazy. Oh my God. Okay, I'm not gonna get emotional. Nah, like that's crazy. That's crazy when people tell me that. That they've been following me for so long. Thank you. I appreciate that. He is a Beijing Beard. Have y'all seen Mike's it? No, and I don't want to see it. It's probably gonna be a whole bunch of dust all over the place with a bunch of shiny shit all in his beard, sparkling all over the place. Okay. Anyway, I like Sharice, y'all. I know they want us to dislike Sharice, but Sharice be picking out shit that I be hearing. So, like, when Sharice is having this conversation with Zoe, and he says that he gave this lady the ring, but then asked for the ring back the next day because he knew he didn't want to get married to her. Cherie says, well, now I feel a way. I don't know if I can trust you because you went through all of that with that lady, letting her believe that's what that's what you wanted as well, all to like basically crack her face in the end. So I love the fact that Cherise clocked that. So Cherise and Mike then have a conversation about how downhill their date went. And she says she doesn't want a man with baggage like, kids and the ex-wife because she doesn't have that herself. And he said her not having kids at 45 when she was actually 43 is a red flag for him. Okay? But he apologizes if he said anything that offended her. Y'all know what I don't like? I don't like when somebody wants to apologize for something, but they don't want to actually have the conversation to explain to me what they're apologizing for. I feel like I have been in situations with men where they want to apologize. And when I ask what you're apologizing for, because I want to know if you understand why you're apologizing, or if you're saying you're sorry because you just want me to stop being upset and you want the argument to be over, or the most important thing, you want to stop being a bad guy. So you're going to apologize just because you don't want to have to deal with what you've said. Like, not really apologizing for what was said, not really feeling sorry for how you may have been disrespectful, because you don't actually want to have a conversation about what you said. And that annoys me. Don't act like it's an imaginary situation. Like, no, first of all, you aged me 2 years. You were trying to shade me. And you were so bothered that I called your ex-wife and your kids baggage that you basically said that you have an issue and find it a red flag that I haven't had kids. Since when do men find it a red flag that a woman hasn't had kids unless you're trying to make her feel bad about inability to have kids, which most women, no woman likes to feel like that, or to be, have that pointed out. Oh, why you don't have kids? Oh, what's wrong with you? You don't have children? And there's always a tone when they ask you why you don't have kids. There's a tone of what's wrong with you, as if you want to have some deep, profound conversation about another woman's uterus at the table. So I didn't like none of what he said. I don't like none of what he did. I don't like the way he apologized. I don't like the way he was let off the hook for the situation because nobody wanted to continue to argue with him. Denise, thank you so much for the super chat. You are getting me through my work day. I made for damn sure to watch this today just to hear your commentary. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all like the video. Okay. Let everybody know we live. So y'all, Kazian, Jamala, and Shakira are talking to Mike after his conversation with Sharice. And Jamala says he showed how much of a man he was just hearing Sharice out. I'm like, so now y'all are going to like bow to him and show him all of this, like appreciation for having a subpar conversation and apologizing lackadaisically to this woman who he dressed down simply because she said his lifestyle did not match hers. Right? Is that what we're doing? I thought that you were one of the women that were going to hold the man to task, but I'm very confused on how we got from last episode with Mike pissing you off and you then pissing him off to you now sitting at the table saying, you have to be very careful about the women that you interact with because they're going to, try to make you out to seem like something you're not, blow something out of proportion, and that's not your character. You don't know him enough to know his mother character at this point because he did to you the same thing he did to her. So I think, and you were bothered. Last week, you were bothered when that man came at you sideways, and what did he call you? He called you uptight. And when he called you uptight, it was a mind game. And niggas do this all the time. Niggas love playing mind games. They'll tell you that you're away so that you can try to prove that you're not. He always was putting the women in a position to have to prove something to him. And I don't like that. And I picked that up when he talked to Brandy. Oh, why ain't nobody came and scooped you up? So now she has to prove to him she's not crazy and she's worthy of a relationship. Because he said to her, because you haven't been scooped up by somebody, something must be wrong with you. The same thing with Sharice. Oh, you haven't had kids, so something must be wrong with you. But Sharice wasn't going to play that game with him. But Kadian, he says you were uptight. So now you're sitting up here patting him on the back for a conversation to resolve conflict that he had with another woman. You're doing too much. You're doing too much. Stop patting niggas on the back that you don't even know like that for a small task that he didn't even execute appropriately or the way he should have, if you ask me. Because it wasn't really genuine. It wasn't about resolving the issue with Sharice. It was about not having to deal with the energy of what was said to Sharice. You knew what you said was fucked up, and I bet you any money your producer told you that what you said to Sharice was fucked up, which is why it was even more important for you to apologize for what you said. I was like, girl, what? I love that Shakira got up. Shakira, yo, I don't know what's going on with Shakira because y'all know Shakira got some shit with her. But when Shakira got up and walked away from the table in that moment, I was like, I appreciate you because this moment is trash. And I like the fact that she was like, I'm not about to participate in this. Y'all not going to have this, put on TV later on and act like I was a part of this conversation where y'all praise this man for having a conversation with Sharice to rectify what he said to her. So Kadian passive aggressively says, I understand, Shakira, this is a touchy subject, for you because of the trauma that you went through. Bitch, what the was that? So now you've brought up something that Shakira has shared. Shakira shared something about like a past relationship. I think the man might have abused her or something. I'm not sure exactly, but she says it went on for a long time. It was, he made her feel bad about herself every day. It sounds like it was a very like extensively abusive relationship that she had to get out of. Another thing, the way she talks about her son, it reminds me of the way Brooks, Caroline Brooks from Real Housewives of Dubai talks about how her relationship with her son is because she had to get out of that relationship with his father that was abusive. It's like they had to fight to take their children and run. So having their children now gives them somewhat a source of pride because they had to fight to take their children with them when they left these situations. So that's why it's kind of like, I could have just left and I couldn't leave my child. That's why my child means so much to me. Like, that's kind of what I'm picking up. I could be wrong, y'all, but I feel like that's kind of what I'm feeling when Shakira is talking about whatever happened to her, because they've never really shown her explaining it, but they just show her talking about it, and that we see she talked to the women about it in the lounge. So yeah, they edited a lot of what Kadian said that made her get up. But I absolutely think a part of the reason why she got up was because of the tone of that conversation that they were having, like praising Mike. And Mike literally jumped off the curb on that lady because she said, I don't want a man who got kids and an ex-wife because I ain't got no kids and an ex-husband. Like, she not entitled to that. Like, there aren't men on this show that don't have kids and have not been married yet. Anyway, to me, I feel like Mike probably wanted Sharice because Sharice was the lightest lady in the room. Mike kind of comes off like when the way he handled Dominica. I'm not impressed. She like another around the way girl. So shit like that. They don't like a woman because she's too much like the women they grew up around. That sounds like colorism to me. That sounds like internalized racism. That sounds like I don't like the women that look like me. So usually that translates to colorism, which is why you were so bothered by the fact that Sharice was like, I don't want to fuck with you because you got baggage that I don't want to deal with. He was highly offended. And I understand y'all want to get offended by the wordage, but I feel like they probably had a longer conversation in which she explained how she felt before it was, oh, I don't want to be with somebody that got all their baggage. No, you was bothered because the woman that you were probably most interested in because of her light complexion wasn't interested in you. That's what it felt like to me. I could be wrong, girl. I could be wrong. Y'all say I'm being facetious when I say that, but I really don't care either way. I could be wrong, and I would still not give up. Do you see me? Okay. So y'all, Randall and Kayla talk. She tells him she's mad at the way he was touching Jamala and her ass was on him. Kayla. Kayla, what's happening, girl? Kayla, Girl, what? This is what I'm talking about with Kayla. Kayla, I feel like you just want to have a bad attitude. You want to have a stank face. You want to have an issue. I don't know if it's you or they're doing that thing they do on Ready to Love where they pick out a dark complected woman to make out to be a bitch. Okay, I'm not wrong. Thank you. Okay, I appreciate y'all for saying that. Because I was just like, what's happening? Like, what? And he was actually like, Mike was sitting there kind of like in a trance thinking about that conversation, what made me think he was really in his mind about it. Sharice called his kids baggage, and that is what really set him off. Okay, if y'all think that, I don't think that's really what it was. And honestly, I feel like, everybody always want to get offended by somebody calling y'all kids baggage. Y'all kids are baggage. Like, if I have children and me and this nigga not together anymore, I'm moving on in my life with baggage. a kid. It doesn't mean it's not a bad thing, but it's something I have to take with me. That's what the baggage is. It doesn't have a negative connotation. It just means it's something that I have to carry with me. Okay, now y'all may want to put all y'all baggage down, but you can't put your kids down all the time, but you damn sure got to pick them up and carry them. Baggage. Okay, so I understand how that can be taken, but I really feel like based off of Mike's interactions with a lot of the other women, it's really not just that he blew up about. I know y'all want to feel like he was that upset by the comments about his children, but remember, as women, y'all will probably care more about that comment than a man would. So remember that it may be triggering for you as a woman to hear that, but for him as a man, I don't think that's really what made him upset. I think it was the idea that he could not have the interest of the person that he was interested in. Because essentially, like, who gets that upset? Like, all right, then, I guess you ain't fucking with me because I got kids. All right, then. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's okay. Like, Anyway, let's see what else happened. The white party starts. Everyone has a good time. Yeah, everybody was drinking the ass. LJ is telling Lumi he will take her on a little quick trip to Mexico with something romantic. This is when we all start to realize that LJ is giving, I'm an island freak. That's what it's giving. Y'all know how island men can give off that, girl, I'll give you this good dick all over the place, like all over the islands. Like I'm gonna give you this good island dick, girl. Like, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, that's what it's giving. It's giving, and I like giving it out to people. Okay, and I'm gonna act like I'm not a cheater. I'm gonna act like I'm not a womanizer. I'm gonna act like I'm a really nice guy and that you're safe with me. But essentially, I'm a whore. And at some point in the relationship, you'll be like, I can't believe that I gave this nigga a chance and he turned out to be a whore on me. I thought he was just a nice guy. He comes off, LJ comes off unassuming. He gives unassuming, but no. It's showing off as game is what it's showing off as. When they start drinking, shit get harder to conceal. Very interesting to watch. Katie and Kadeem and Swayze are kissing, and he's sticking to one woman, even if it hurts him in the end. And he's really feeling her. And I'm like, okay, we'll see how that goes. Because I don't know. Like, I'm like, Swayze, I feel like Swayze might be one of the guys that ends up always getting his heart broken because he rushes into things. I think that Swayze might rush into things, might attach himself too quickly to certain off of the way he's talked about his previous relationships with older women, and then the way he was like, I'ma just make out with Kadeem right here, and I'ma just fuck with her whether other women feel a way about it or not. It may not have been like what he really wanted to do, but it felt like, and because of her overpowering personality, like I don't know, like, they might be a good man. They might be, but it also felt like he has some type of trauma response to women with Kadeem's energy, which is like a very dominant energy, if that makes sense. As much as she was over there trying to prove submissiveness to Mike, I don't see Kadeem as being no submissive, meek type woman. I think she's dominant. And I feel like her and Swayze Swayze likes dominant women. So I'm wondering how that's gonna what's gonna happen there. Okay. Like that might be, ooh, I don't know. Wasn't Kayla also dancing on Mike too after her comment? I don't see it for anyone. Yeah, I don't see it for anyone either. Girl, listen, when they have those scenes where everybody's just drunk acting a fool, I stop paying attention. The drinks are hitting at this point. So wait, Tommy's wife talks to Zoe and Sharice about being ready for marriage and fighting it out to get over arguments. And Shakira and LJ talk. She's bothered by how charming he is. She's picking up on the wholeness. She says that he called her once and she needs attention or she will walk away. The drinks are hitting. Kayla and Mike talk, and Tommy's wife comes over and they talk about being compatible. And she says that she's good with his age because he's a little older. She said he's the age that I like. And then Mike says, well, she's not the age I like, but I'll tolerate it. Y'all see what I mean? Do y'all see what I mean? Even in this moment where Kayla, this woman, is giving this man positive reinforcement about his age, that he is her type, he then turns around and tells her that your age is not my type, but I'll tolerate it. Meaning, prove something to me. That's what I'm saying. Every interaction he has feels like prove something to me. And I don't like it. I don't like it. Sharice and Samson talk. He likes that she's strong, that she understands the struggle. All of that shit. I'm starting to see he has that conversation with almost every woman. So he can tell them about how strong his mama was when his daddy wasn't doing shit. And I just want to let Samson know that nobody is getting with you so that they can struggle like your mama did. Because I don't like conversations like that, y'all. That's starting to become triggering to me as a Black woman, to have any conversation where I am perceived as strong and as being someone that can handle so much. Fuck you. I am a delicate flower. Okay? I am a delicate flower. And when I say that, I mean, as a man, you are not about to put struggle and strife on me so that you can have a reason to put me through some bullshit. Because Samson is starting to sound like that to me. Okay? Sharice talks about, as a Black woman, feeling like even as a light-complected woman, she is not valued when men find out she's not something else other than a Black woman living in Miami. And I'm like, ain't that some shit, girl? Come to Louisiana. They'll stop you up off a fucking biscuit. Okay, you ain't gotta speak Spanish down here. Just be light complected. Okay, Miami, they need you to speak another Spanish. Speak a little Spanish or some shit for them to be getting into it and shit. Like, oh, basic mindset having ass niggas. I can't. Okay, bitch could speak some Spanish gibberish to y'all. Be sitting out here singing Selena fucking lyrics, and y'all won't even know. No me queda más. Que bene no me hizo. De tristeza, de lágrimas. No me queda más. Que bene no me hizo. De tristeza, de lágrimas. No me queda más. Okay. Shit. Okay. Fotos y acuerdos. Stupid ass. You don't know what I'm saying. Okay. Fotos y acuerdos. Pictures and memories. Don't worry about it. Anyway, but that's how dumb they are. That's how dumb they are. Be light complected and start quoting any Spanish song that you think you know the lyrics to. And watch these niggas get excited. Okay, just But either way, once again, Samson talks about his mom being strong Black woman. And I'm just kind of like, Samson, I'm really going to need for you to stop with the conversations about people needing to be strong Black women. It's making me feel like either you about to be a bum or you're about to leave somebody to be a single parent. I don't know which one it is, but I don't like the strong woman understanding struggle conversations that you having with these Black women that's trying to get away from that shit, okay? Trying to get away from being correlated with struggle, okay? Stop it. Got my eye on you, Samson. Randall and Shakira talk about her abusive relationship in the past where she was told she was nothing every day for a long time. Randall thinks she's dope. It means a lot to her. Justice had to leave the party early. He had an event. Okay, so Justice doesn't care about this, first of all. Second of all, Shakira, I know you were drinking, and that's probably why you got emotional like that, but something makes me feel like you're not ready for this. I don't know. You know why I feel like you're not ready for this? Because I feel like you still so sore emotionally from what happened to you that when men aren't as fucked up as your ex, you're going to be overly appreciative of that energy. Whereas niggas could just be treating you base level good. But because you were treated so badly, you're going to compare to that. And I'm going to need for you not to, because I think men will take advantage of the fact that you were in such a messed up situation. And I feel like you may have talked to a couple of the men about what you were going through. It's not just the women that's going to talk your mess. It's the men that's going to talk your mess too. And those men are going to take advantage of what you're telling them. And so I feel like I would much rather you be in a stronger space emotionally so that you would not be able to be taken advantage of by men who see your emotional, vulnerability as a weakness for them to play on, because that's what these niggas do. That's what they do. Hey, Karen girl, thank you for the super chat. Bondi, I have been saying, stop calling me a strong black woman. I never claimed to be Harriet Tubman. Why can't I just be a black woman? I ain't trying to carry the entire family. Even our Latino women don't have that stigma. And they still be out here taking care of all the kids and shit and doing everything while they may not have to pay for everything, but they still do everything in their households, even if they do work. And we don't hear nobody talking to them like they built for it, tough and shit. Okay. Anyway, but thank you for the super chat, girl. So the women talked to Tommy and Jacqueline. Randall, LJ, Samson, Swayze are tops. Brandy likes Mike. We don't know why. Sharice isn't feeling Mike. We understand. Lumi isn't sure about Zoe. We understand. Kayla says it feels forced with Zoe. And I feel that as well. Rehearsed, if you will. Kadeen says Kadeen says Zoe isn't intentional. Trinika says Swayze. They just haven't really vibed. Jamala says that she and Samson haven't really vibed. Shakira and Brandy say LJ and Justice need to go. Jamala tells Tommy that Justice left early. So they ended up having 3 men in the bottom, Zoe, LJ, and Justice. And so we'll find out next week which one of those men, or however many of those men go home. Okay, so that's what's going on with that child. Ready to Love is a fucking mess, but it's absolutely a good conversation about how toxic why you acting bad with your internet. Okay, y'all like the video. Okay, are we good? So we can get into Belle Collective, y'all. So I can go and get a little snack and then come back for Real Housewives and all of that in a couple of hours, probably. Try maybe like 1 or 2. But y'all ready? Y'all ready to get into it? All right, Belle Collective. So Akeisha and Letitia meet up on Ferris Street. And Akeisha is walking around like a tour guide. And Letitia is like, it's really working on my nerves. Like, she acting like I ain't never been on this street before. Like, I don't know the history of Ferris Street, girl. Like, I know the history of Ferris Street. Okay, it's how Letitia feels. However, she did not know a lot of things that Akeisha was pointing out to her. But Akeisha still makes my ass itch just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like she put 20 on 10, was trying to let y'all know that her family built the road that the street is on. Okay, that they somehow forged the lumber that the buildings are made from. Okay, you know what I'm saying? They taught in all the schools They worked in all the stores, okay? They were the first Black people to do everything up and down Ferris Street, okay? They lived on Ferris Street, okay? If there was a slave that originated all of this, it was one of Akeisha's family members, okay? That is what it, that's what Akeisha be giving us, y'all. And I'm gonna just go ahead and tell y'all it's aggravating, okay? But I do understand, okay? If your family has done a lot, girl, you better go ahead and tell the folks what your family has done, okay? Letitia is so excited about them working on Ferris Street together. She's like, well, I can't wait to tell Marie. And it's like, wait, hold on, time out. What you gonna tell Marie for? What's going on here? Akeisha says, I want to make sure I can work with you before I work with Marie, because yes, I like Marie, but how she acted at your brunch was not professional, okay? So she's like, no, I just want to talk to her about it. You know what I'm saying? She knows I have a lot of passion for the project, and and I just kind of feel like, Letitia, what was that about? Letitia, what was that about? Why do you feel like Marie cares about what you got going on with Ferris Street? Why you feel like that? Because she damn sure don't give about what you got going on with your brunches. So can you tell me and the people why it is that she's the person who you felt like was going to care the most? You ain't got nobody in your life who you felt that you wanted to go talk to first. Is that really what your friendship with Marie is like? Because to me, it feels like the friendship you think you got with Marie, that's the friendship that Marie has with Essie. That's what it feels like to me. So I know that DJ Richie Sky interviewed her, but I promise y'all I didn't care to watch because I don't know. I don't care that much. Okay. She's very talkative. I'm sure she is. It's absolutely giving Whitley Gilbert, okay? It's absolutely giving my Black family on the only plantation that own Black slaves. Like, it's definitely giving that, okay? So Marie and Letitia meet up. Marie disinvited herself from the brunches moving forward. Tisha says that she wanted Marie to be there to empower the other women as well. Marie says, how we gonna empower each other when they got shade going all up and down the table? A better question, Marie, how are you gonna empower anybody when you can't control your jealousy and your envy towards Latrice? You might be upset with what happened with Latrice, but essentially, I feel like if we're going to be mad at Latrice, be mad at the show as well. But that's not how you feel. You're just mad at Latrice. That's because you're jealous of Latrice in some respect. That's how I feel to me. Okay? Yes, Latrice was being messy last season. She didn't like you. She wanted to put you on Front Street. You tried to put her on Front Street on the very first episode, trying to diminish her business. Like, is that not what you did when you showed up with that wig on the very first episode of the very first season of Belle Collective at one of your friends' brunches, yet again, acting a fool, making a scene, trying to embarrass another Black woman? So, Letitia, when exactly did you think Marie was going to be able to empower anybody? Whenever since we met her, she's been showing up at your brunches to make other women feel like shit about their businesses. But as soon as Latrice flipped that shit on her at the reunion show, now all of a sudden y'all want Latrice to admit to something. Girl, what? We know exactly what's going on. It's called tit for tat. It's called tit for tat. Okay. Marie feels like she's damned if she do, damned if she don't, because Tisha feels like she needs to stand in the light instead of going along with the dog. She is the dog, Letitia. She is the dog. Go ahead and admit it to yourself. She is the dog. She's the dog. Okay. Marie blames Latrice. Tisha feels like Marie isn't taking any accountability. She doesn't. She never does. You allow her to do this. You allow her to do this. You keep inviting her to all of your brunches. Okay? I hate to do the hand movements, but I feel like it's not coming across. So then we got to see another stupid conversation with Glenn. Glenn goes to see Tisha's mama, like she's going to be judge and jury and convince Letitia to take her ass back home to Glenn's. Glenn talks about how his father wasn't there for him. He respects him as a man, though. That's perplexing for me. Can we discuss? I think it's really weird for men to respect other men when those men aren't respectable. That man only had one job once you came into the world, which was to either be an example and or raise you. Okay? Help me. Okay? He did not do that. Why do you respect him? Because you're a misogynist. Like I just told y'all that I feel like all white people have levels of racism inside of them because of the system in which we live. I feel like all men have misogyny inside them to some level based off the system that we live in. And the misogyny that Glenn has going on, the misogynoir that Glenn has going on, is I have respect for a man just because he's a man. He didn't do shit for me. He made me a worse version of myself because he did not give me fair footing by not taking responsibility for me. But he made me not want to be like him. So that's why I respect him. No, that sounds stupid. That sounds stupid. Okay? Okay, Glenn? Stop saying shit like that. It means to me that you show more respect and reverence for men than you do women, which means you will continue to see Tisha as somebody you can play with because you don't value her to the same level that you would value your deadbeat dad. Blows my mind, girl. But then you're going to go to Letitia's mom so that you can, get a pity party from her, as if Letitia mama don't know you, Glenn. Like you said, she's known you since you were 17 years old. So she knows that you cheated, misdemeanor. You had a baby. Felony. And then you proceeded to talk to other women thereafter, but you believe since you didn't have sex with them, that means it wasn't cheating. And I feel like the fact that you even want to continue to argue semantics when we know you probably fucked other women. And then it's if I can't win the argument, I'm going to then do a pity party. So feel bad for me. That shit is whack to me too. If you want to come to a woman and apologize for something, be sorry. Continue to be sorry. Do not look for reasons for her to give you a pat on the back. Because that's what you do. Oh, my daddy wasn't there for me. Oh, I was so lonely. No, just say it's hard for me to be faithful. As a man, when I want to do something, I want to be able to do it. And so every time I wanted to do something, I would do it. And as long as you weren't finding out, it wasn't a big deal. You found out. I fucked up. I'm sorry. I won't do it again. I won't ever do it again. And then you show up and you keep being sorry until she forgives you. But Glenn is aggravated because Tisha isn't coming back fast enough for him. I say, nigga, how you gonna be mad at the lady not forgiving you fast enough after you had a baby on her? Girl, I mean, I don't believe that Letitia is actually trying to leave Glenn. She's trying to scare Glenn into thinking that she will leave, and Glenn knows that, which is why he's getting agitated. Girl, you know you really ain't going nowhere once you just bring your ass home. But I like how Tisha's mom says that you're asking for support. You had support, and you cheated on it. So now it's time for Tisha to have her time. It's time for Tisha to do for her, to worry about herself. And you just gonna have to wait. Like she had to wait for you to stop being a cheater. Well, now you're gonna have to wait for her to feel like being bothered with you. That's just what it is. He has to blow down the walls that he has helped build up. Okay, so stop asking for forgiveness and for her to do what you want her to do. Support her, show up, and keep doing it until it works. That's really all you have to do. Stop forcing her to try to forgive you. Just enjoy the time. Also, don't be fucking questioning her about what she doing. They went on a date, okay? And he was like, oh, you glowing. Ain't nobody else in you, huh? She said, yeah, no, I'm not like you. So if you've already cheated, I'm going to need for you to understand that you can't turn around and question her about what she does because you cheated so much. You don't have a right to. So if you understand that, you understand that saying things like that to her is fucked up. Because you want to try to make it seem like she's doing what you're doing so you cannot be as fucked up as you are. Stop doing that shit. If y'all are not together right now, whatever that lady is doing doesn't have anything to do with you. And for you to even be worrying about it means you're still trying to control her. But, like y'all said, Tisha is performing, okay? So we finally get to meet Akeisha's husband this episode, and he doesn't want to move to Mississippi, but she is building a business there. She doesn't know how long they're going to be there. She doesn't want to feel rushed. She's renting out a home, but she wants to buy one. So Gucci takes them to look at a house. I thought it was funny that Willie said that So Gucci's name was corny. And I said, I think it is too. Like, there's no disrespect, So Gucci, but you have a beautiful name. And I would much rather you go as Sophia Okay? Because I feel like that's some bullshit. I don't know why, but I feel like the name Sophia is just a boss ass name. Maybe it's the golden girl in me. But I would have much rather you say, you know, I would have much rather you just went ahead and called yourself Sophia. You know what I'm saying? Like that I like her name. So Gucci. Like, why you gotta be named after a old oppressive ass designer label in order for you to feel good about your name? Girl, I don't know. Anyway, I'm sorry. That lady probably don't even care. But I'ma just give my opinion. He said it was corny. I agreed. He supports Fair Street, but he has a business in New York that feeds them. And he is not used to being in the South. He doesn't want to be in the South. He fighting her on it, but it seemed like she gonna end up getting her way anyway. But I am gonna say that I feel like it was too much of them having the same argument in this scene to me. I don't know what's going on between Akeisha and Willie, but I don't like it. I don't like whatever was going, like it was boring and they kept showing it to us. Y'all are already on a reality show out here. Are you really gonna sit up here and argue with her about buying a house out here when y'all got money? You got a mansion in New Jersey, but you want her to stay in a little bitty house for the next couple of years with y'all kids in Mississippi? When you can get an even bigger house in Mississippi for less money? That don't make sense. So that's why I just kind of feel like I don't know what's going on with that situation with Akeisha and Willie, but I'm gonna let it go. So Essie goes to talk to Latrice. They go back and forth about whose hair products are the best, who's in Dogwood, who's in the hood. Shit I don't care about. Latrice says this is where she wants to be, even though last episode she was saying that she wanted to get out of the hood and into a better location, but I digress. Essie brings up the fraud rumor that she was a part of because they lost employees and clients behind that. Latrice wanted the info on Marie, so she called the hit off of Letitia because Letitia was her friend, because they wanted to put out this story about Glenn having a baby last season. But, you know, I guess Latrice was like, no, that's my friend. I'm not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? So fine. Essie asked how she could, you know, play it like that. And she was like, well, because I didn't care about Marie. I don't give a fuck about Marie. And Essie, how could you say that about another black woman? And it's like, Essie, are you forgetting that on the very first episode, she tried to make Latrice's wig and hairline look like it wasn't good? Like, she came there to make that lady look bad on the first day. And you really want us to, y'all want Latrice to feel bad because she did the same thing to y'all, but the shit actually hit when it happened to y'all, probably because there was some truth to it in some respect. I don't know, Essie, but I'm annoyed by your energy. And I'm even more so annoyed by the fact that y'all are now using Marie's sickness as a reason for why people need to make up with her. Marie don't give a fuck about her sickness when she going at people. She don't care about her sickness when she acting nasty with people. She doesn't care about her sickness when she's being rude. So explain to me why everybody else needs to care about whatever the fuck Marie got going on, Essie. Because you care don't mean everybody else got to feel some type of way. But you can't come on this show trying to discount and low-key destroy Latrice's wig line, talking about, look at this. This the product that you sell. What is this? And you got mad when she flipped that shit on you based off of rumors that was already out there. You started that her hair wasn't nice shit. You started that. Nobody else had said that we knew of. It was the first episode. Okay? When the lady flipped the shit on you, people had already been saying shit about you, Marie, and she just brought it to the television show, but it was already on social media. So for me, I feel like it was fair game. I feel like everybody wanted Latrice to own something as if there's confusion. Marie, you tried it and she did it back to you, period. Like, why is there confusion? I don't understand. Okay, so Glenn and Tisha go on a date. I told y'all he made that comment about her glowing and she better not have, no other man up in her. And she said she wasn't him. And he says that he's been to 3 counseling sessions and she didn't show up. And she like, what am I showing up for? So you can play victim? She talk a good game, y'all. She says that she can't trust him. He says the issue was him. He feels alone when he's gone. Oh, so you was fucking women on a barge? Like, she says, nigga, if you bored, read a book, okay? You know he ain't gonna read no book. He says he's sorry. What can he do? He miss his family. Just come on now. She says it's a privilege to be with her, and he needs to understand that and stop playing with her. He says nobody is meant to be nobody but him is meant to be with her. I didn't like that neither. Even though I understand where he's coming from because they grew up together, but that doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything. That don't mean that lady have to be with you just because y'all grew up together, nigga. You crazy. Okay, I don't like the way that sound. It feel like if I can't have a nobody can't have a type of bullshit. And I don't appreciate that at all. Okay, I'm gonna just go ahead and tell y'all. Glenn bothers me. I also have an issue with the fact that he's in the intro. I don't understand why he's in the intro in this way. I don't like it. I don't like it at all, y'all. But anyway, that's it. That's all I got. Ain't got no more. I feel like she was having a Mel moment, but Mel left. And she ain't going nowhere. And then he asked to go on another date. She was crying and shit. Like, I'm like, girl, you ain't really about to go nowhere. You ain't really that mad. Anyway, y'all, that was Belle Collective. I'm done. I'm going to go downstairs and give me a snack. Okay, and then I'm gonna come back up here for Black Ass Bravo. Okay, so thank y'all so much for coming through. If y'all have not seen me on Dr. Heavenly's channel, please go and check it out. It was a really good conversation with her. I enjoyed it, appreciated her energy so much. So y'all make sure y'all check that out. And I love y'all. I'll see y'all in a few. Probably 2:30. Yeah, give me about 2:30, y'all, and I'll be back. Okay, peace out.